is the Tiffany Show. The Queen is in the house.
Yes, she is. And don't you forget about it, kids. And the reason I am here to say that today is because of my wonderful, wonderful, I should say, inspiration, boss, employer that employed me, that believed in me, was Hef. I don't say Hugh Hefner. I say Hef. And he was the reason I was on radio. He was the reason I was on TV. He's the reason I'm here today. He's the reason I'm married. He's the reason I have a child. And I have so much to say about it. It's weird. And we're going to talk about more, obviously, because I'm going to bring in the posse, the fishbowl crew. But what's been weird about it this week is I'm just being here in a van down by the river or the desert in Phoenix. I mean, people are like, some people thought he was a villain. The other people, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, a villain? Like, this is what they're saying? Like, I almost wanted to get up and just raise the roof. Like, what are you guys talking about? A villain? And, it still hits me every now and then. And people, I'm sorry, are ignorant in the sense of that, because I've even had a few people ask me this week, what's the difference between Playboy and like Hustler? And I'm like, oh my God, have you looked at the magazines? Have you read the articles? Sorry, that sounds totally cheesy, but have you read the frickin' articles? And have you seen what Playboy is versus Hustler? Playboy is like, look at me. I am naked from head to toe, right? I am here. It's not like, look inside me. I'm at the gynecologist, like, here, see every little bits and parts and things of me. And then everything in the magazine is just, a lot of, I don't want to say smut, but it's true. Playboy really had really good articles and really good information. And I think in my opinion, he made girls beautiful. And what's funny is, I'm just going to say this, but when I, first I used to watch it when I was like probably 14 on TV at my friend's house and be like, oh my God, it's Playboy TV. And then go figure, I wind up being on Playboy TV. And I never thought I would, because I'm like, oh my God, it's so racy. I don't know if I can do this, diddle-a-dee. But it was the most respectable company I've ever worked for. I never felt dirty, gross. No one ever groped me or was inappropriate. And I think that Playboy made people pretty. And I think that the girls had a choice. I mean, every set I've ever been on, everything I've ever done with them has been so respectful. I can honestly say that. And the difference between like a Hustler and a Playboy is night and day to me. And it blows my mind when sometimes people go, they loop it in with just porno. They're like, so what's the difference between that and this? And I'm like, oh my God, it's night and day. But even my own mom, I will say this, even my own mom, from the day I took the job, was like, what are you thinking? I've raised you to appreciate your body and not show that to the world, and it's special. And I'm like, Mom, you've raised me to appreciate my body, to love it, to, not be afraid of being naked. And we had a big falling out. Like, it was a really hard time for us. And she was like that. She was so disappointed in me. She was like, I can't believe I've raised you to be this way. Well, you know what? Cut to, like I said, it's given me so much. I've traveled the world. I've done jobs I never thought I would do. I have a husband. I have a child. Like, I have so much because of Playboy. And I'm not saying it was all that Hef handed it to me. Like, you have to work. You have to earn it and be good and want things. But I was given the tool, and it was like, here, take it, work with it if you can, do what you can with it. And I wouldn't be who I am today without it. So, it's hard for me because my mom wasn't a huge fan ever. And that's hard for me to understand. But I have, fortunately, I have some of the best videos I've probably ever taken in my life because I snuck a camera in. And I have me and Ryan Seacrest. I have so many awesome people on my videotapes. If I could ever find a little thing to play them in, because they were on some little miniature handheld camera. I mean, I can't wait to watch them. I have the heyday of the mansion. Like, I have the smorgasbord, the bathrooms, the grotto, and I just looked them up the other day. I didn't look them up. I found them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff. This is so cool. Hef, and we're going to talk more about him, but, I cried all night because he's one of those people that's not supposed to ever die. Hef never dies. Hef is here forever, and he's not dead, and he's a legend, and you can buy his house, and you can, it's going to make me cry talking about it, but you can do all that. But you know what? He was a game changer. He was a life changer. He changed the world. And there's people, I'm getting tweets with really like ugly tweets about, shame on you. And then I'm getting wonderful tweets. So all I can say is, from a person who's been in his world, like, my life would not be what it is without the gift he's given me. So that's my rant. Funky. I'm sad. I cried the other night. I'm not lying. Yeah. I have so many good memories. I mean, this is stuff before even Marie. Like, I used to go there for lunch and for things. Oh my God. Like, I went there when I was wing and ding. I didn't even work for Playboy yet. And he was always a fan. He said, oh, every time I turn on my TV, you just make my day. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sad. It's an era.
Yeah, it's an era. It will
era,
never
dude.
be. It will
never be that again. It's never that again.
We lost a little bit of America.
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah. He was a game changer.
Do you remember the first time you met the guy?
Yeah. I do. I think he was wearing red pajamas, and he kissed me on the mouth, which I was a little freaked out about. Like, full kiss, like, and I was like, oh, that was kind of like, But he was like, he said something about, you make me so happy to watch you on TV every night when I was doing night calls. He's like, it's so lovely to have you. I watch you on TV, and I'm just love it.
Can you imagine being him, his whole life, the empire that he created, and then him being an old man watching this thing thrive on television? He's got his own television channel. And it's good. God. Like, it's got quality programming on it, and it must be so amazing. Dude,
like, I can't even tell you, like, since I was little, my friends and I used to sneak and watch it. And then, then all of a sudden I was auditioning for it. And I'm like, I don't even think I knew what I was getting into. I knew it was a little kind of off my chart, but it was so real and so honest, and I never felt threatened or pushed or anything. And when I met him for the first time, he was so amazing to me and said, I get such a thrill watching you every night. And thank you for making me look good and making this, family look good. And he really just embraced me. It was seriously like, I felt like I didn't need to go up and get a cheesy picture with him at every party I went to, because he knew I was there, and I got to have lunches and brunches and things when it wasn't a big, huge party. And I knew I was in. Like, he appreciated me, and I feel so proud of that. So I miss him. I'm sad, man.
Yeah.
Hef never dies.
Not a lot of people can sell their house on the condition that they get to live in it until they're deaf.
How do you feel about that? Because that's kind of sad in that, well, first of all, like he did sell his house with the condition of like, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to die in this house. So like, do you think he felt like they're just waiting for me to die? Or I kind of feel like for Hef, I do feel like that was his paradise, man. And he was just going to go out the way he wanted. I mean, I'm hoping that he didn't feel rushed to be, to go away. But I remember the first time, like, that I went there, not even because I have friends here that are like, well, I was reading from one of the girls, like Kendra or whatever, that it was really dirty and the conditions were. And I said, you know what? The first time I went there, here's what I said. I go, oh my God, look at me. This is before I worked for Playboy. I said, this is exactly what I expected. Like, it is just like you see, like nothing has changed. It was like shag carpeting, and like the grotto was still the same, and the workout room was totally cheesy, and the game room had like a mattress for ground, and there was like centipede and Frogger, and like, so it wasn't like this modern, like sleek. It was clean. It was clean. There were maids and it was clean, but it was not modern. It was 1970s at its best. And I think that was the coolest part, because I said, you know what? No, it's not really like, it's not a mansion like you go, oh my God, but it's the mansion. It's history. Like the dirty shag carpet is part of it. So when someone said I was reading that it was dirty, I'm like, no, it wasn't dirty. It was just dated. But you have to appreciate what it was. And I think those girls, some of them were too young to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Funk, I'm rambling, but
no, this is good. I'm just learning about the what the plans are with
well, who bought it?
Well, as of today, 34-year-old owner Darren Metropolis.
Oh, that sounds like a rich guy.
Assumes full control of the 5-acre estate, which he plans to combine with the neighboring property that he purchased in 2009.
You know who the neighboring property is?
No, what was that?
Hef's ex-wife.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Hef bought her the mansion next door. And I'm blanking on her name right now. But he bought her the mansion next door, and that's who he had the 2 sons with, Cooper and the other son. Huh. And they lived right next door. And then she started dating Quincy Jones.
Oh, boy. Wow.
So I'm gathering it's that place that he's talking about he bought a while ago.
Huh.
But don't quote me. Keep reading. Let's hear the facts.
Okay, so that both of them were designed in 1929. He's got like 7.3 acres there. And for the past several years, this guy's been renovating and restoring the first property and the gardens and the grounds and stuff. It looks like he's going to keep it. It said both the Playboy Mansion and the sister property were designed by architect Arthur Kelly for the first owner, Arthur Letts Jr., who is the department store heir. And his daddy was the original developer of Holmby Hills. So it looks like they're going to restore it and keep it all good.
See, now that is cool.
I'm sure they'll gut the inside, but
they're going to gut it or not?
I'm sure they'll gut the inside.
You think? Yeah.
I think so.
Have you been up there, Funky?
One time. Well, 2 times.
Okay, so it's pretty ornate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
only got to go in the game room, and I was outside for a while, and that was really exciting.
The game room was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, Foxy,
sorry.
Foxy's here.
Hey, Foxy Bear, what's up?
Child, you already know it's chilly out here in New York.
Okay, don't even get me going because it's 100 here, baby girl.
We're sharing a bunch of stories about Hef and Playboy and
big week, right? Foxy Cakes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Devastating, huh?
That was pretty crazy. I mean, I only made it out to the mansion one time, but it was so awesome just to be there.
Can you what talk about that? Because what I was saying, and I'll just give you like my little recap, is that, someone told me, someone here said, oh, I heard it was really dirty, or Kendra was writing that it was really dirty. I said, it wasn't dirty. It was definitely dated, man. It was history. You walked in, it was still 1970s.
Literally. That was the one thing that struck me about it. It was that it was so, because I think they said it was Tudor style, and it was very old looking. It didn't look like what I thought. When you think Playboy Mansion, you think a bunch of naked people everywhere and whatnot. Yep. It was a beautiful, stately home.
Thank you.
It was probably like that in the 70s, or when
That's what I'm saying. It was still
probably
70s.
Yeah, but there was probably a bunch of boobies back then. But now, when we were there, there was
boobies. There wasn't boobies when you guys were there.
I mean, there was more people in suits and stuff than
Yeah, it depended. What's weird is, so the first times I ever got, the first times I ever got to go there was for, I went there before I worked for Playboy, and I was like, oh my God, this is.
Ooh, how'd you do that? Tell us about that.
Well, it was when I was wing and dang. And we had a publicist. And so we went there like as wing and ding. And we were like, Hef was like, yeah, we were all there. And Dingy, who's as wacky as me, was like, dude, look at this place. We were like, oh my God, there's still shag carpeting. Like, we were loving it for the history, right?
Right.
We couldn't believe we were there. Like, it didn't matter. Like, there was still what's that fake lawn that
AstroTurf?
Yes, in the workout room downstairs. We were like, oh my God. So, but then after the fact, when I started working for Playboy, I had to go there for lunches with like people who would win things. And the lunches were like Hef would come out and say hi, but it was like nobody was out there, and we'd have lunch outside by the grotto, and like the birds would come up, like those big, I have to say, did you ever walk through the bird thing?
You mean the little safari type situation?
Yes. Okay,
that thing
there were
crazy.
some serious birds in there that were like, and the ones that he let walk in the lawn, like, I don't even know if it was a crane, but I had on earrings, and like I was sitting there trying to be all cute, like on Playboy TV, and this bird just came up and like pecked my ear.
Oh no!
Like, just like, ooh, he liked my sparkly earring, and he just like dink. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the bird man had to come and like capture it, but. Like, and then he had a monkey. I forget what her name was, but she used to be tied to a tree. She was, poor monkey. And she was like, I know, she was a legend, and she passed away. Like, and the monkeys, the ones you could go out in the cage and like feed. I've been in the cages feeding them, but I think, I think he kept it that way for a reason. And I think he was cozy like that. And what's one weird thing? Did you know every night, I think remember Brian, who was the butler there?
Brian Olea, yes.
Yes.
Mr. the Mayhem.
Remember, he's a freaking, what is he doing now?
Oh, man.
What?
He's still Mr. Mayhem.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Wait, he's not still at the mansion.
And the mayhem continues.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the new owner is, he's the former co-owner and co-CEO of Pabst Brewing Company, PBR.
Oh, hell.
Beer, and he's the current co-owner of Hostess Brands, the maker of Twinkies.
Oh,
so he might be a baller in his own.
So Brian Olea is still there?
I don't know.
Okay, we don't have to say. But what I will say is the one thing they knew when it was time, when they were all going to be able to shut her down for the night, was when Hef would call for his strawberry ice cream cone. Seriously. Hef,
oh my gosh.
He would have, when he called for his strawberry ice cream cone every night, the whole crew was like, oh my God, we're done for the night. Peace out. Like, Hef ordered his strawberry ice cream. Like, that was they knew it was time for sleepies.
That's hilarious.
Crazy? Isn't that cute? Like, there's Hef, this big, like, everyone thinks he's like some villain, some pimp, some sinister person. And all he wants is a strawberry ice cream cone and go to bed. I mean,
it probably wasn't like that when.
Come on, he's big pimping. Well, I don't know, Sweetie Cakes. you weren't here, but like my mom was never a fan. My mom like thinks like Hef is the devil. She always did.
Yeah, there are lots of moms out there like that.
No, she did. The second I told her I got a job, she was like, oh my God. And like, even this week, because I was upset, I was crying. And like, my mom was just really weird. And my sister said something and my mom's like, well, she said something like, like I'm not, that kind of like doesn't make me sad. Like he is the devil himself kind of thing. And I was like, oh my God, see, right in my backyard. Tell me, sweetie.
My thing with that is, okay, regardless of what you thought of Hef, he was somebody's daddy. He was somebody's friend. He was somebody, you know what I'm saying? In as much as he was iconic and very much out there, and you know what I'm saying? All of that, the legend, there was still the man. And I think that a lot of times in those situations, people lose sight of that. You have to know that regardless of what you think, there's somebody that is very sad. There's somebody's whole life that changed because he died. I can't say it was mine. I can't say that my life changed, but you know what I'm saying? Like his son, his wife, probably his ex-girlfriends. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people that he touched in other ways than just with his hands.
Thank you. You're so funny. Oh, sweetie cakes. You know,
but
he never touched me with his hands.
Okay, well, see, there you go. But he touched your life.
I've only kissed him on the mouth probably 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, no, I'm not. None of that.
No, you know, when he went in for a kiss on the mouth, like you just do that when you're working for the man. But he didn't force it. But it was an honor. I mean, when he walks up to you in his silk pajamas, it's like, damn, am I really here right now? Like, are there really peacocks around me and Hef in his silk pajamas?
That is hilarious.
Know? It's kind of, but like, you know, because Sweetie Cakes, you know my life. Funk, you know my life. Like, first of all, like getting into this life was like, what am I doing? Like I crossed over from mainstream and I never feel like I really compromised myself, you know, a couple times, like maybe I freaked out, but they wanted me for me. And
what do you mean you freaked out a couple of times?
Well, you know, my partner a couple of times got like a little like, hey, I'm like, she was a porn star. And I'm like, dude, I have boundaries, man. Like, not okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm here doing a TV show. You do this for a living. It's different. You don't touch me like that.
You do you, and I'll do me.
Thank you, and I'll do me.
Right. Yeah, but you know, sometimes those people, those porn stars, you know, they're interesting.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, what does that mean? What do you mean they're interesting?
What is it that they're interesting? Well, you know, I mean, you know, for me, being there with all of y'all was so interesting to me. I was just like constantly fascinated because I don't know people like that in real life. So,
I don't either.
Yeah, but it was crazy. You know, remember a certain porn star who shall not be named put her breast on my head. You know, these are things that don't happen in real life. I mean, I know I'm sure, but ma'am, I'm going to need you to get your life together.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh my God, I love and miss you so much. Okay, so you got a breast on your head, like you were like, okay, did I sign up for this?
Listen, it was so bizarre. I will never forget it. It was the worst. I just, it'd be different. You know, I guess it would be different if that was my thing. Yeah, it's not on any level.
Yeah,
but you know that it's not. You know better than that.
You know, for me, it kind of felt like going to the circus. Sometimes it's like I would never, ever in my life. However, here I am.
Right.
Well, and when I am the same way. I will tell you, I am the same way. And I went in for this audition thinking, you know what? And then they said, "Can we see you without clothes on?" Which was like, oh, okay. Because you have to. And then they were like, would you be okay with this? And so, you know,
with what?
One thing,
like what?
Well, I didn't really know. They sent me home with a tape to watch of Julie Ashton. And I was like, oh, hell no. Like, I called him and I said, you got the wrong girl, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I can't do that. This is not me. No, I said, oh, no. I was like, nope, wrong girl, sorry. And they were like, but we don't want you to be that girl. And I'm like, what do you want? They said, we want you to be who you are, the girl next door. And then they said, and I said, well, I didn't even have an agent. I was like, well, what are we talking about? And they said a price, and I go, oh no. I said, I was thinking like 3 times that. I can't even believe I did that. This is when I was all cocky and cool. And they said, okay.
But they said, yeah, like, right? Did they say yes?
Yeah, and then I was
that?
like, well, shit. They want me to be me. They're going to pay me this. I'm not going to compromise myself. But the thing is, like Sweetie was saying, porn stars live a different life. Like, they have no boundaries.
Yeah, Dirty's here. We were just talking about...
Hi.
Oh, Dirty Cakes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why my phone won't stop ringing.
So we're just talking about, like, so what... Anyways, the bottom line is Julie crossed my boundaries a couple times on live TV, and I was like... I gave her the look of death. And she was like, I didn't talk to her for 3 days, and she will never do it again. Because I'm like, no. I am not a porn star. Okay. You don't do that to me. Right?
Oh, yeah.
But we got through it. Is that Sweetie laughing or Dirty?
Oh, that's
I
Dirty.
Can't even. Dirty.
I remember these stories. Are you kidding? I was there.
Well, Dirty, we were just talking about Hef and the end of an era, and I just noticed something, guys. I read about Cooper. He now is the chief creative officer of Playboy Enterprises.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, he said he's got creative control, and he's going to bring the magazine back. He's going to do it for his generation.
Well,
he's been saying that for a long time.
Well,
I've known that little boy since he was like 6.
You think he'll do it?
How old is he now? Like,
I mean, I think he's going to try. He obviously wants to rebrand it to an audience of like his generation, because those are the people that are going to keep it going if it's going to keep going. Mm-hmm. Now, I just don't know, though. I just feel like we're in different times and people aren't picking up magazines like the way we used to.
They're really not. And I think that if he's going to go forward...
I don't know about that, though. I mean, at least he's got the creative control and he's trying to figure out where to put the brand.
Well, yeah,
it might not be in paper. But
their brand will always live on through licensing. That's how it'll live on.
Yeah, for sure.
But, Sweetie, you do entertainment stuff.
Yeah.
So, and you're in New York, where the newsstands are like off the track. So, like, do people still get magazines? Like, what is it like there?
People, you know what? The one thing you got to remember is that for a long, long time, you couldn't have cell signal on the train. So that would give you, a little bit of audience for that. But see, now what they've done, they made every train station, they've given it all Wi-Fi. So now people are much more apt to, be on their phones.
Are you talking free Wi-Fi?
Yeah, in all the train stations.
Oh, man, we got to move there. Or bring that here.
Funk, are you ready?
Yeah, but like when you go when you're actually like traveling from station to station, you don't have Wi-Fi. Oh. But when you get to the stations, there's Wi-Fi there. So, you know what I'm saying? It used to be when you were underground, you had no signal whatsoever. So reading magazines was, a viable thing to do.
Whereas but nobody's rocking the Playboy, reading the Playboy on the sub, are they?
That's what they're not doing. No, they are not doing that. Think about it. People get there. If people want that type of thing, they're getting it online. There are people, I'm sure, that'll watch it on their phones if they can. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that. Magazines are definitely not the big thing to have. It used to be that magazines and newspapers, but now people are all on their phones. Everything is digital.
Okay, you know what? What's so weird about me? Like I haven't done it since I live here in this freaking dry, hateful desert. But I used to love going to the newsstand on the corner, and I would get the New Yorker because I just love New York and I want to like pretend like I'm living there. Yeah, I love getting my magazines. Like I'd spend like $20 on magazines, like, and I'd go home and just have like a little magazine fest. Like I still do it. I don't want that to go away.
Well, it's like everybody poops, and that's where I get my most magazine consumption.
I just don't.
That and Bumble.
I don't remember the last time I looked at a magazine.
You know
I
what?
don't remember the last time I even opened one.
The only reason I do is because they give them out like on Wednesdays. They give out the Time Out New Yorks, which are great, and that's like about the only magazine I read lately.
What does that tell you to do, sweetie? Come on, give me some city life.
Well, right now it's cold, so it's going down like in the 50s. They're talking about frost in the morning.
No, that's not what she's. It's not asking about weather. Come on, it's. Are you mean
like what's going on?
What's down with you? And
give me some sweetie. I want sweetie in the city.
Are you getting some or?
You know what? I actually just cut everybody off.
Again? Why this time?
I cut. Well, okay. So the last time I was with anybody, it was Juice. I told y'all about Juice, right?
Yeah, I don't think we liked Juice.
We didn't think Juice was great. No, but I finally, I hooked up with him, and he was pretty cool or whatever. But then I realized the second time we hooked up, I looked at him and I thought to myself, yeah. I'm not there. I'm not there. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. So I decided that I was going to go Halle Berry.
Oh,
okay. You go.
So girl. Halle Berry in May wore this shirt that said "No more boyfriends," right? And so now, of course, she's dating some little boy, some little 35-year-old boy, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want a boyfriend either. I'm done with that. I think the next dude I date, he's got to be my husband, or at least somebody worth my time. So
you're looking for somebody like 35?
No, you know what? I've been debating on that. Because here's the thing. Now, I always get, you don't look your age. Okay, I can work with that. But I don't know. 35 is a tad bit young for me, but don't get it twisted. I could work it out. But his pockets have to be full grown.
Yeah.
No, it's not too young.
But I'm saying his pockets have to be full grown though.
Yeah, his pockets have to be large.
Because the thing is, okay, like Juice was cute, Juice was fine. Juice actually had a really good, his financials were nice. Juice had the personality of paint drying.
I
mean,
so you just got bored, really?
Listen, there was nothing. Bored is not the word. When I say he had the personality of paint drying, I mean that's literally. Like he had nothing to say. It's like,
ew. That's not you, dude. That is so not you.
No, it's not. And then of course,
God,
there was the Trini who didn't understand the concept of I'm not sleeping with you on the first date, Mister. I need you to come with no panties on, sir. I'm gonna need you to get your life together.
Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh,
not on the first date. I don't know you.
No,
I don't.
Oh man, I just got my friend on Bumble. She's a girl, and in the first night she found some guy in Glendale, and they had a wonderful date. And then like the next morning, he's like, "I can't wait to snuggle with you."
Ew.
When are you gonna come over? Like instantly ruined it. So I'm like, go, keep swiping, find another dude, because that doesn't always happen. But you guys that jump right to that, you make it worse for us guys that don't.
That's disgusting.
Oh boy,
you go from a date to snuggle.
I guess my thing is nowadays, okay, like both of those guys actually sent me pictures of their packages.
Their weensk.
Yes. And I like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a little old fashioned, but I used to like to try to figure it out. Like I see your print in your pants and maybe try to figure it out. I don't need you to advertise right out. Blam. Ow. Hey. No.
That's so gross, dude. I can't believe people act that way.
But they do. I'm realizing that I may be old fashioned.
No, it gets annoying.
No.
Unless
it's
you
gross.
ask for it. You don't volunteer that. Don't volunteer that.
Right.
But do girls ask for it though?
Yes, absolutely.
Dirty.
But unsolicited ones
You're
are not
dirty.
That's not hot. That's
All right,
why.
well, at what point?
I've never seen. Well,
Okay,
I've
well,
never said, "Let me see your ween."
well, at what point do you dirty?
Dirty.
If you're really into each other, I mean, if you're really into each other and you're flirting on
like you're going back and forth in the text,
phone,
it's
yeah.
like so.
Send me a dirty picture.
Just like that, bam.
Did you see your hubby's ween before you met?
No, my husband's a gentleman.
See, there you go. She's just talking.
And that's what we're looking.
If you're
for.
like, there's a difference kind of man. I would have never married that type of man. I married the gentleman, but if I wanted to just fool around and have some fun,
but Sweetie's looking for a gentleman. She doesn't need to just get.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you don't send that. You don't send that stuff.
That's when you drop the D bomb. That's when the D train comes to town.
Right, but I totally agree with you that you don't just volunteer a photo like that as a man.
Right.
Yeah, you can't.
And I think too, if I haven't seen your face in person, maybe just maybe, I'm gonna need you to keep that little picture to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Sweetie,
like, dude,
I'm gonna need you to just shut your door right now. Like, I miss you. Can you imagine? Like, okay, as girls, can you imagine? Here we are. We're like, hey, oh, you look like you're my type, and we just send him a picture of our cooch. Like, who does that?
No.
How horrific!
I mean, I get it. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Cool.
I
don't know, but let me.
It's happened to me before once.
Ew. No, but I will say this: the ones that came to me, the pictures were quite impressive. Now, let's be clear; they were impressive pictures.
But I get that. But sweetie, what did it really give you?
Not a thing.
It just kind of bums you out because there's nothing to like.
You're like, oh, that's
no
a nice penis.
Thanks for giving me the end of spoiler alert. Thanks a lot for that end of the story there.
Okay, that's a nice penis. Now
it's quite a labia you have there. Thanks for showing it to me in a picture.
Right. You're gonna show them your
from
fins?
that angle. Yeah, I would never have seen it from that angle.
But here's a question though. As a guy, right, Barry? I'm asking you.
All right, I can be that.
Does that turn you on? Does it turn you on to get pictures
or the
of women like that? No, the fins. I'm saying, in other words, if a chick was to just go ahead and send you kitty pictures, would that be okay?
I don't know. It depends on what it is. I think there's a lot of ways to go wrong in that thing.
Let's talk about full kitty.
If you're snapping Polaroids, no, I don't think you should do that. But if there's like a sexy thing you do,
what if she sent you full kitty?
Full kitty. Like, here it is.
Yeah, like a spread shot.
I don't know. I'd be like, wow, well, great. There's really nothing to say back unless I'm not.
Would you gross out?
No, I would not gross out.
Would you be like, wow, a firecracker just went off in that shit?
Damn.
Like, it looks like it blew up.
I don't know. I guess I'd just be bummed out a little bit.
Cute, like a little walrus.
Turned on, bummed out. How's that?
It's kind of just. It's not a. Notice Dirty's just quiet.
It's sad wank time when that happens.
Oh, it's a sad. Oh, sad face. Like I don't think girls do that, but men are very proud of their penis. Oh, they love their penis, and they want us to love it also.
Right?
Who sends pictures? No, I'm not okay with it.
I'm not either. I'm just in fact, I was highly offended. I'm highly offended, but of course,
trying to be nice, dude.
Right. You're trying to be nice. But then I realized I don't really have to do that. I'm just not, I'm getting to that point, my birthday's in a couple months. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not down with it. I'm not going for the okie doke.
All right, so
you don't need that.
Halloween is coming up. Okay, that's a big hookup holiday, and there's also
because everyone wears masks.
Friday the 13th.
Strangers.
There's almost 2 Halloweens this year because you have Friday the 13th and you have Halloween. So
2 celebrations.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I can look, and I hear the glee in your voice, Marie. I hear it.
I know, Dirty. I'm like, Dirty's already got. You can hear her rubbing her hands together. She's like, I've got everything.
She's been putting Insta pictures up there of decorating the house and everything, and we're just over here.
She's on top of it.
Bless your heart. Bless your
So go ahead, Funk. So
well,
what?
I'm saying, that's a opportunity to wipe the slate clean and go out there and do something with that thing you have there.
What, your penis?
Well, in my case, sure, but in Foxy's case,
you mean
don't you need to wipe
the
your
penis
penis
pictures
clean and show it off?
erase all the pictures and go out and have a holiday.
Have you sent wiener pictures?
Who, me? No, never.
Yeah.
I would have never done that ever. Because I'm afraid of the cloud. The cloud will get me. The cloud will come after you and everyone you know.
Oh my God.
Now, see, you know me, I'm old
that.
school, but tell me about that cloud.
Oh, when you take a picture, it's not just on your phone. Oh, the cloud eats it.
Is it bad?
The cloud puts it up there, and then a hacker finds the cloud and all of the pictures.
So basically, even though you think you're deleting it, you're screwed.
Oh, they're up there.
It's still in the cloud. Don't you remember the story of me having to go to the cell phone store and get my phone repaired? And I was upset because I thought all my pictures were lost. And the guy goes, no, they're in the cloud. And it was all kinds of pictures from in the studio with Ginger and Christy.
Oh, yes, it's always watching.
The guy,
he was in Cloudalicious.
I could just see the look come over his face of, I don't know how to react. You know, that kind of thing. And I just stayed as serious as I could, going, I just need the pictures.
You're like, and he's like, oh, yes, so do I, baby.
Yeah, so we're going to get them all ready for you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you what do you do? What do you do when you have stuff like that? Like and you want it? Like
you don't do anything but stare and act like nothing.
Right.
Can I ask you this? Like, what about I have some videos, like old little videos on old little cute things, those little tiny, and I want to watch them, and I'm not going to take them anywhere and say, can you guys put these on a DVD? Because God knows what's on there. So what? I'm just walking around with these little tiny cassette tapes for the rest of my life. What do I do?
You go to YouTube and put in what you want to do. Like maybe if you want to put them on a DVR.
Homegirl has a VHS player. She needs a VHS player. We're talking that, I think.
What do I need? Like what?
I was gonna say go to YouTube and see if you can find out how to do it. Because you don't want anybody else to do it. You want to do it yourself.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no, I don't want, because I have I'm not gonna say names.
I'll do it for you.
You would, Funk?
Absolutely, I'll do it for you.
Well, Funk, I'll make you sign something, because I'm telling you, I got some serious people on these tapes.
I'll sign in
and I'm even scared. Like, I'm gonna have to sit down, Funk, and pour myself a drink and watch them with you. So I go, oh shit, no, you better. I need to know where this goes, because this is history. A lot of it's at the Playboy Mansion. And it's with famous people that are really conservative now. But I want it. I want to see it.
Can you drop a name for us? Can you just drop one name for us?
Well, there was a night where me and Ryan went to a party together, Seacrest, and you weren't supposed to bring camera, but I snuck the whole thing in. Oh, well, there's a lot of cool people on there.
Kidding.
I mean,
he's
no,
funny.
but we rolled through the whole place. I was like, oh my God. Hold the camera while I pee. And I'm peeing and I'm like, can you believe I just totally made out with so-and-so? And it's it was a star-studded, drunk event at the Playboy Mansion. And I have it on tape.
Now that actually would be worth something, I'm sure.
Thank you. I can't take it to a place and go, hey, can you download this on a DVD for me? Some dude at Walmart here in Phoenix.
Oh, you give him the coolest story ever, though. They'd be like, guys, guess what happened?
Oh, he'd probably sell it.
He'll pop open a PBR and go, you guys, you'll never believe what happened.
Not happening.
So this fire crotch came into my store today, dude.
Yeah,
she had a beta.
You know what's funny, really quick? You know our good friend Farrellina?
Oh, I just saw him this week.
I'm supposed to sit in on a show tomorrow night.
His new company, you guys will all like this. His new company is giving him, razzing him because he doesn't tuck in his shirt.
Oh my God!
Like he's walking around.
What's his? I don't even know what his new company is.
Oh, he works for a mansion in Fullerton.
What?
Yeah, he's in charge of a mansion, all things around it. But yeah, he's
mansion.
He's dressing the
it's like a museum, isn't it? It's like a museum.
Yeah, it's a museum, and they do weddings on it, and they do outdoor concerts.
But it's like a very famous museum. Yeah.
How funny is that? He texted me and said, "Hey, would you want to sit in on a show tomorrow, a syndicated show about Hef? So I'll let you know. Like I'll tweet the info, but I still don't know."
Everyone's talking.
There's someone from Playboy that worked. Oh my God, I've got the hiccups. That's
yes,
gross.
This is awesome.
Oh my God, it's hideous. Oh my God, someone talk. I'm seriously going to hiccup really gross. Like it's nasty. Sweetie. Dirty. Talk. Tell me something so I don't have to.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, it's ugly. It just took me over. Someone talk. Oh my God.
Everyone just be quiet and listen to Tiff.
Hey, wait, Dirty, you have some announcement, don't you? Oh my God. I'm really getting a sick stomach now.
Oh no. Okay, everybody.
Do we have some good announcements?
Cool.
Dirty, do we want to announce them tonight or not? I can't help it. I really have a...
No, I think it'll be better tomorrow.
You want to save it?
Yeah, no, she's announcing now that she will have an announcement later.
Yeah, I do have some really exciting news coming.
Yeah, let's go back because today, basically I met someone for breakfast and I'd never met, and they were like, my sister was like, tell him your story. And I'm like, oh my God. In a nut, because I don't really talk about it a lot, but how I got cash. And I was just like, it's pretty freaking amazing, like it's unheard of. And I'm not going to go into it, but if you know me, you know the story. But so then it went from that to like, I don't know. Basically, I've had a lot of drinks today. That's probably why I have the hiccups.
I love what you said. I've had a lot of drinks today.
Sweetie, I want to move to New York.
No, you don't.
Oh my!
Why not?
Yeah, Tiffany has had too much to drink.
Way too much to drink if you want to move to New York, ma'am. Listen, let me tell you something.
Sweetie, don't you love it?
You know what? Love is such a big word. I don't.
Come on, talk to me from LA. Do you feel like? Give me something.
Here's the thing with New York. New York is a great place to be. I will not deny that. I love it here. I love the fact that I can be myself here, but I'm gonna tell you right now, my mother calls this hard living. It's hard living out here. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is really not a
Tell me why.
life. Well, for one, most people don't have cars and you don't really need one here. The trains and the buses get you where you need to go. And, with Uber, you really can't, you can get everywhere you need to go. But when you're used to the convenience of a car, it makes it a whole lot different. I mean, when you think about going to the grocery store, going to, like, if you have to go to the laundromat, if you don't have a washing machine in your house or whatever, those type things are crazy when you don't have a car. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So, Dirty, are you listening?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
How does that make you feel? Because, no, I want to know because, okay, there's all levels of life, right? I had my place there. Dirty has a beautiful house there. Sweetie Cakes moved to New York. It is hard living. I leveled down, should I say? Like, I moved to Arizona where you get like 3 times the money. Do you know what I mean?
For what you pay.
So I'm wondering like, where is the pay? Is there any payoff? Because I don't want to stay in Arizona. Like, it's been really good, but it's not my favorite place. And then I see there's one little boy that I work with, in the autistic, and he watches Times Square. He clicks on, when he gets choice time, he clicks on whatever it is, like Earth Live, and he watches Times Square. Yeah. Choice time, meaning they can do whatever they want. And he goes on Times Square, and I watch it, and I'm like, oh my God, I love New York. I want to go shopping there. I know, right?
Like my whole life.
And so, we should do,
not even now.
Should do a whole,
they do it in school.
Yeah, we should do a whole school program, like what I'm dealing with. But so, because you guys would love it. But it's like everything's relative, right? Like I love that Sweetie's in New York. You guys are back in my LA stomping grounds. I'm in Arizona in the desert trying to figure out where I want to go next.
New York's worse than LA.
What is
I wouldn't say
York?
Worse than. You know what? I don't think
that's what I want to know.
No, it's really not. It's really not. New York and LA are relatively expensive because you got to think about it like this. In LA, you have to have a car. So right there, you have your car note, your insurance, your gas, your maintenance. That's a block all by itself right there that you have to pay. You don't have a choice with that. Plus every other thing being high. In New York, your rents are high, but you may not have a car. You see what I'm saying?
But you guys are missing the main point is home is where the heart is. It doesn't matter physically where you are as long as it feels like home. You can be on a spaceship on the way to Mars and be like, finally home.
True. Fun. I mean, it's true, but it's really about, I think at this point, and I don't know about, Tiffany, I know that you're looking for the next thing, but I think for me, I guess because I'm at a place in my life now where I'd like to settle down a little bit. And New York is great as far as like me getting paid here. But when I think about where I want to be, like when I get old.
Where do you want to be? That's what I
Where do you want to be?
That's a good question. I'm not quite sure because I like it here. I like it here, but I think it's really, if it's hard on a young person, it's hard on an old person. Could you see yourself falling somewhere and everybody just walking over you? Like, that's not cute.
Well, no, and you know what I said the other day, like in LA, because I was talking to, my gay husband, Rooney, who's getting ready to start a new season of his show on BET. And I'm like, I said, because when I left LA, I'd kind of like had it. I'd lived there 30 years and I was like, and I said, God, I miss LA. Should I? And he said, no way. And I was like, oh, so like, I like these reminders because and then I love New York and I'm thinking like, oh, I love New York. I could work there. It'd be good. But I need a check because I don't know where I want to land. I don't want to be, and I said this forever, I don't want to be 80 years old and driving on the 405 in Los Angeles.
Nobody does.
So where do we go? Like, what do you do? Like, we're still cool, man. I'm turning 50. And by the way, I'm having a blowout, bitches. So don't think you're not. Hey, baby, I'm buying plane tickets. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's going to be big. But where do I want to wind up? Help me.
Well, first of all, you want to wind up where you're going to be happy. Yeah. What, you need to think about that. Like, what makes you happy? Does it make you happy to be in the hustle and bustle? Or do you just want to make sure you're somewhere good with your family?
Yeah, I'll tell you, my friends had a home like 2 blocks away from the beach in Ventura. It was amazing. Beautiful home. They owned it. And one day, they're in their late 50s. They said, you know what? Mm-hmm. We're out. They bought a house in the middle of the forest up in the Redding area.
Yeah.
And now they're like, we're only on the internet every so often. Because,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's simpler living. They got out and got bang for their buck, and they know all of their neighbors now, and they're just happy as clams, but way out there,
Now, isn't it weird? I don't know what I want. Like, I'm really, like, I'm older than all you guys, and it's like.
Well, y'all need to figure that out.
You know what?
Well, you know what, though?
And I'll tell you what, sweetie.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're older than all of us, but you're not like ancient, number one, and you still got time. Now, you still got time. I mean, you gotta figure. I think with you, I think you would probably do well in a suburban, like a suburban LA place, as opposed to like LA proper.
The Santa Clarita Valley.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'd always look, whenever I think about Santa Clarita,
Tiffany,
in that area,
come to the South Bay. We need you in Bellflower.
Now you know what? South Bay is beautiful. South
Dirty, I need to live on the Dirty Cakes area.
I mean, I married I mean, he wasn't born here. He was born on the East Coast, but I mean, he's been here since he was a baby in Los Angeles. I married, I believe, a true LA guy, and he's never leaving. Like, he will retire here.
Let me tell you, we found good stomping grounds.
We did. Well, that's what I was going to say. We found an adorable neighborhood that we absolutely love, and it's safe, and we love our community. You know, we love all the restaurants here. I have hiking trails within a half mile from me in 2 different directions. Like,
how long have you lived there, Dirty?
Found it 3 years, because we moved here.
No, but I'm saying, how long have you lived in LA?
99.
Oh, wow.
Since 1999. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just
curious. I'll never leave.
I
have no interest in leaving.
Okay, really? See, that's what I want to know, because I always ask, like, my people, I'm like, dude, I miss it, but am I having, like, fantasies of what it was?
Well, here's the other thing. Like, for me, I could never move to a state where I was landlocked. And lakes are good, lakes are fine, but it's not the ocean. And I love having, I like to be able to go to the ocean one day and then go to the mountains to the next. You know, I like that variety of what we have in our environment. I like all the things this state offers.
We're spoiled rotten over here.
We're so
really
rotten.
are.
We really are.
You know, it just became fall, and it just dropped like 8 degrees, and everyone's rejoicing. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I cannot imagine
what's the temperature there?
Oh, I don't know,
I think
like
it was
60.
in the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, 60 right now. It's at night.
It's chilly. It's like you got to wear a coat. Can you believe it?
How hot? Like, it didn't get very hot today.
Sweetie's wearing a jacket. It's cold there.
Well, it's chilly. It was like in the 60s today, and last night we were at a wedding, and it was like really chilly. It was a night wedding, but it was and it's actually chilly tonight. I just stepped outside, but it's nice during the day. I think it's like going to be in the 70s.
Oh my God. Here's where I'm at, just so you all know. Like, this week has really, it's weird. You wouldn't think like Hef passing like had an effect on me, but it's really because, I saw my sister today. She's like, dude, what are you going through? It really brought up a lot of stuff, like, right? Because I'm like flashing back on my life, and I was flashing back on living there, and what am I doing here, and where's life supposed to take you, and what's next? And I'm kind of like the control freak that I am, and still I've had to give over. I can't. I'm not controlling anymore. Like, I'm here. I live in a beautiful place, and Cash is happy, and we're happy, but I hate the desert, and I never will wind up in Phoenix. So where am I going next? So I'm itchy. Every night I'm itching. I'm like, let's see, where am I gonna go? It's like I've got on my Zillow, I've got Biloxi, Mississippi, Clearwater, Florida, like anywhere on the Gulf. I'm Googling or Zillowing homes.
Now, question.
Yeah, question.
In light of all of those hurricanes we just saw, are you really trying to go coast like that?
Can you believe I am? I'm like, you know what? I think it's not going to happen now because they're done for a while, so I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't believe that.
But you know what, sweetie? Where are you going to go? I think you're coming down my way if I move there.
You know what? If I do anything, I'll go. I don't know yet because, like I said, right now I'm real flexible, and I guess more than anything, I want to get my family life together first. As far as, you know what I'm saying, like once this wonderful man comes in and we, get ourselves together, and he realizes that he can't live without me and all that good stuff. And, he goes and puts a ring on it. Then we'll decide together.
Do you think you'd ever back up in Texas?
Texas would be an option for sure. Cause my mom is still there.
Yeah.
And she actually, it's so funny now that she's retired, she has decided that I need to come home for real. I'm like, yeah, about that.
Did you work? Why wouldn't I'll move there if you do?
Well, you know what? I would go home. It's not a problem. My biggest thing is I don't know if I'm ready. I still don't know if I'm ready to go back because
Tiff again says she wants to go to Texas. This is
I'll go
to like Austin. Tiffany, you would do better with Austin.
Yeah. She could do Austin. She could probably do Dallas. I would not suggest Houston, though.
No, Tiffany, you wouldn't do well at all in Houston. You would need to do Dallas is a little landlocked, but Austin is such an incredible city. And
that's where I want to go.
It's vibrant. Yeah, the people are fantastic. It's a little
airport,
oddball,
so you can get the hell out of there.
It's a little oddball.
I'm putting it on
Zillow.
I'm Zillowing it. Okay, I'm Zillowing it right now.
That's where
Austin.
my sister lives there.
Oh, my girlfriend?
Yeah, the one you love.
I love her. She loves me. I'm Googling it right now.
She has her family in Austin.
Yeah,
sweetie, you remember that? Remember her sister that loves me?
I do.
We love each other.
I do. Yes, I always
remember
do.
that.
I never met her, but I do know her.
Yeah, we got along really good. Look at me. I'm I swear on my life, I'm Googling it right now on Zillow. I'm Austin, Texas.
Oh, well, the value in Austin is way better than what you'd get in Phoenix.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm all over it.
And the schools are amazing.
Yeah, Texas is a great place. Don't get it twisted now.
Texas is a great place.
And your sister lives there.
There you go.
She lives. She lives there. Yeah. You got Galveston.
I'm getting her number and I'm going to say, okay, I'm coming your way. Help me now. Find me a little area.
Would.
See what she does? It's done. You don't understand. I am a loose cannon right now. I'm ready to go. I'm on the move.
I'm just surprised you haven't explored downtown Phoenix and stuff since you've been there. Have you done all of that stuff? Are you
She
bored?
grew up there.
Oh.
You knew that, right?
I forget.
I left in 86.
You've seen it all. Okay.
I haven't seen what it is now. It's cool. But I hate the people. I hate the heat. I hate the way they drive. Do I need to go off on more?
No, that's pretty much
enough.
Let me tell you something. You think moving to LA is but Phoenix is the most judgmental, hideous city in the world. You can't even imagine. I mean, it's ridiculous. At least in big cities, no one cares what you're doing because they're all about what they're trying to do. Here it's everyone's
okay, so
really?
let's pretend we're at the grotto or we're there at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, at the mansion.
And it's it's in its heyday and we're all hanging out.
Yeah,
and
I
here come a bunch of hotties, Here come a bunch of hotties. For me it'd be a bunch of hot girls, and for you it'd be a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
They're 5 o'clock shadows and whatnot. And you start talking to a guy and he's like, "Yeah, I'm from Phoenix." What goes through your mind?
I'm sure in her mind it's a big
It's a dork. It's
dork.
Okay, you're a fucking zony, you're a dork.
A zony.
It's dorky. But what I was gonna say,
now what if they're from Austin?
I don't know about that.
Ooh.
I'm if they have an accent, I might be into that shit. You know what I mean? They're like, "Hi, we're just here from Austin." I'm like, "Oh, come over here, sugar nuts."
Texas always wins.
Anna? I'm serious.
They really are wonderful.
Okay, where has this show gone south? By the way,
literally,
I'm supposed to literally, we're going south. I think the south is the way to go. I don't care about the hurricanes and weather because you know what? I know you guys will come save me.
All right. So
no, you will.
Ooh.
Right? Right,
Mm-hmm,
sweetie?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep,
Sweetie,
sure will.
You will leave the city and come save me.
She'll be on the
Dirty,
subway without the internet.
Dirty,
like, oh, I didn't get your message.
If it's a zombie attack, you've got the butcher blocks. You've got it handled.
Hold up. Can I say something right here? Can I say something right here?
You can.
Because let me tell you something. When it comes to vampires and all that kind of stuff, I'm already convinced that if there's a zombie apocalypse or anything, that Maria's got to save all of us. I was telling somebody about some kind of way we got to talking about vampires or whatnot, and I said, I'm not even worried about that.
She's our go-to.
I said, I'm not even worried about that because Maria's going to save us. And my friend was like, well, she is in LA. I'm like, I don't care. We're going to go where she is.
We're still, you know what? If it's Sweetie Cakes, if it's the end of the earth, we are going to walk, if we have to, from New York, wherever it is, to LA, to where she lives.
No, to Pasadena, Pasadena.
Because she's got the tools and the equipment.
I do. And so does my neighbor. He's he's the same.
Oh, freaks. You're all freaks.
They all work at NASA up there, too, so they can build stuff. These jerks.
Okay, so great. So, see, we're going to her neighborhood, sweetie.
Uh-huh.
What we got to do?
I mean,
what we got to do?
Don't forget what I got her as a wedding gift was a real zombie hatchet. Like, I never, like, honestly, you know how, like, oh, God, someone's getting married. What do I get him? Like, I knew, how warped is it? I'm like, she's getting a hatchet. Like, a real one made in Phoenix in the desert. Like,
hilarious.
Yeah, no, she has it. It's real. It's really made with real zombie metal or whatever the hell.
It's called a zombie hammer. You can look them up online. They're very popular.
Yeah.
Among the zombie apocalypse crowd.
I got her a zombie hammer. I'm like, okay, so at least she can save me, and I've contributed. And but by the way, I can bring beans. I have lots of cans of beans. For some reason, I have beans in my pantry. Lots of beans.
Yeah.
Garbanzos, kidneys, white beans, northern beans. Black beans.
Are you in your pantry right? Have you found yourself in the kitchen currently?
You know what? I'm heading out there because now that I'm talking about it, I think I'm going to eat a can.
Are you just telling us what you're seeing right now?
Oh,
okay.
Oh my God!
So before we go,
forgot black-eyed peas. Those are beans. Wait. I'm supposed to do a radio show tomorrow night. I'm just going to throw this out there with Farrell and some old school Playboy people.
Just make sure you tweet it. Once you get the info, tweet it out.
I'll tweet it.
Yeah, we would love to hear it.
I'll tweet it because I'm not sure what it is. But, there's nothing better than hanging with my peeps.
Let's
my
do
sweetie.
some final thoughts on Playboy in general because, it's the end of an era.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Sweetie, dirty, funk. You're my final thoughts on Playboy because you guys, you're keeping it. You know what you're doing? You're keeping it live for me. Okay? And I know, I'm going to go have another glass of wine. But you guys are like Playboy. I don't want to have final thoughts. Like, you guys are my fishbowl. You're my... Hey,
there are never final thoughts.
Are you cutting me off?
That's it.
Wait. No. No one else said their thoughts.
Well, does anyone else have any thoughts?
I'm good. You know what? I'm just happy that, first of all, I'm thankful that I was a part of it. And you know what? I just wish his family well, and I hope and pray that they don't, and I hope that they are able to do what they need to do.
Yeah, I'm with Sweetie. And you know what? I think about it. I think about, like, everyone's like, oh, he changed my life and blah, blah, blah. And he did so many things for so many people. And I will say the one thing I would have to thank him inadvertently for giving me all of you.
Oh, the sappiest thing she's ever said, ever.
Yeah. All of you.
Write that down.
There. Everyone who listens to our show, everyone who continues to follow us, he gave us them. And that's why I think about it. And I'm like, that's truly, I'm sure the experience was fun. It was a lot, it was a lifetime of memories. But what he gave us will last the lifetime.
Dirty.
Friendship.
Man, you
Can I
should
say
write
something?
you should write Hallmark cards with that stuff.
No, dude.
Shut up.
That was
Tom. You
awesome.
just stole my line. I'm like, Dirty. I was like, Dirty, you should write a book.
No.
Dirty. I was going to say, Dirty, you should be a writer.
I should.
You should be a writer.
You know what? She blew us out of the water.
Well, look, the way you know how to use words. Look at you, Marie.
I mean,
who knew?
If you saw what the screen that was sitting in front of me right now about barbed wire eating inside, like digging inside of a man's flesh, you would totally change it.
Let's see, here we go. Halloween.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you know,
On the
you
next
just
show,
kind of, like,
Halloween.
She just killed us a little bit, didn't she?
I needed
Just killed
to.
us.
I needed to.
All right, we'll give her that.
Sappy.
You know what? Hey, fishbowl people, we love you, sweetie. Thank you for coming from the East Coast.
No problema, darling. Always
From
glad
the
to
West
be here.
Coast, biatch. West Coast, East Coast, bitches. I don't even know what I'm saying. Can I just go get to bed now? Like, this is hideous.
Oh, FYI, Ronnie
I love
told me
you
to tell you
guys.
hi.
Oh, I love him. Kiss Ronnie, that big fucker. I love him so much. I love you guys
Yeah,
so much.
tell that redheaded lady I said hello. Them titties. Yeah.
With the titties. Oh my God, that is so funny. I love you guys. Be good, everybody. Peace out. Mwah.